Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday. As usual, we are going to learn moral science, and now I am going to teach you chapter number 7, and the topic is Humility is Wisdom. Before I start the story in this chapter, there is something to learn. Let us go through it. The word humility comes from humus, the rich soil that contains all life and growth. Humility is a quality that helps us to look beyond ourselves. It reminds us that every person deserves our respect and that we can all learn from one another. It opens our minds to new ideas and knowledge. It helps us to form lasting friendships and to live in harmony with others. Humility really it talks about a kind of respect and honor to others which we are supposed to provide. Sometimes we only think of ourselves. How do we get respect for ourselves only? How we can make ourselves only good and try to pretend that we are better than others. But that doesn't come under humility. Humility tells us to give equal respect, honor, love. That is what humility means, to provide to others. The opposite of humility is vanity, arrogance, and a feeling that we are superior to others. This feeling of superiority, sometimes we feel that I am better than other, I am superior than other, I am much more better in any field, whether it is the field of game, field of education, field of looks, anything. When we start thinking that I am better than other, that doesn't come in humility. Humility teaches us that we should give equal respect, honor, love, care. That is what humility actually means. Vanity makes us blind to our own faults. Arrogance loses us friends. Arrogance people, very soon, in a very short period, they lose their friends. It is wrong to think that being humble means being weak and ignorant. In fact, humility gives us great strength and wisdom. So that is why now what we should come to know and understand, humility is such a quality which gives us great strength, and we can become wise too with the quality of humility. So now let us go to the story. The story itself will clarify us and will give us the complete idea about what does the topic humility and wisdom is. The subtopic is humility was his strength. Long ago in Japan, there lived a master of the traditional martial arts. I hope you all know about the Japanese martial arts, their traditional, their sport, you can say, a kind of exercise also you can say, which they perform, and they are very well equipped in it. That is what they are all fond of, traditional martial arts. His name was Busugi. This person's name was Busugi. He was so strong that he could punch a hole in almost anything and was known as the monk with the powerful punch. He was so strong, Busugi was so strong with full of energy with him that any object, any place that he used to punch, that he used to make a big hole over that object, whichever the object that he used to give a punch. That is why he was popular with a name, and he was known as in the locality as monk with the powerful punch. But he never used his power to hurt anyone, but his intention was not wrong. He never used his power, his strength, his energy to bring harm to others. He used his energy and power only for his own safety and protection, and for his own means of enjoyment, or his means of sport. That's only he was using his power for. One night, Busugi was walking along a quiet street in Kyoto. It is the incident of one night. He was all alone walking over the street in the city of Kyoto. Suddenly, a group of rowdy men came and confronted him. what are you doing here? In the middle of his walk, suddenly a group of people came and obstructed him, confronted him, argued with him, challenged him. Such type of incident. One day it had happened and they were asking him, what are you doing here? Who are you? What are you doing here? Several questions they might have asked to him. Busuki humbly folded his hands and said, I am a monk who has just come down from the mountains. Please let me go. So, as he was a monk, Busuki also responds him that I am just a simple monk. I have come down from the mountains. So, I am here. I am just here in this place for my visit. I am a monk who has just come down from the mountains. Please let me go. I want to go. I don't want to fight here or argue here or make any such type of discussions over here. The men would not listen to him and kept bullying him. But those men, they were well determined. They did not leave him. They did not stop. Instead, they kept on arguing with him and also started to bullying him. Bullying him means started to tease him or kept on making challenge to him. If you have any sense of honor, you will fight to defend your name, said the leader of the group. Kondu Izamu. The name of the leader of the group was Kondu Izamu. What did he say? If you have the sense of humor, you will start to fight with us. You have to fight with us. You will fight to defend your name, as you are so popular by your name. So you are going to keep your name. If you want to keep your name, then you are really going to defend yourself. This is how they challenged him. I am just a monk. I don't want to fight, pleaded Busugi. But Busugi once again pleaded means requested. I am only a monk, simple monk. I don't want to fight with anybody, so please let me go. That is what he meant. Kondu Izamu ignored Busugi's protest. Take a bamboo sword, a wooden spear, or whatever you wish as your weapon. Instead, what did Kondu Izamu told to him? He said, if you want to defend yourself, if you want to protect yourself, whatever weapon that you need, that you require, you can take, whether it would be a wooden spear or a bamboo sword, and whatever you like, you can use it as your weapon in order to defend yourself, protect yourself. The monk refused the offer of a weapon. Instead, he took out 2 wooden balls from his pouch. So in this way, the monk did not agree with those different type of weapons which was referred by Kondu. Instead, what he did, he just removed out 2 simple wooden balls from his pouch, the pouch which he was holding in his hand. Kondu smiled, thinking that he would defeat the monk easily now. What did Kondu believe? He thought now what he will do, what this monk will do with this help of 2 simple looking balls. He thought he would be able to win him in an easy manner. There would not be any such type of contest between him and the monk, because the monk is going to fight with him just simply with 2 pieces of ball only. This is what he just thought, that the monk was now going to be easily beaten. This is what Kondu believed. That means he underestimated him. He did not think that the monk would be making any kind of contest with him. The monk would be very inferior. He would be very superior. He would be very powerful. He would be winning him with no any kind of difficulty. This type of thought, a kind of arrogant thought that started to develop into the mind of Kondu. This is what we can see and understand here, children, how that quality of that ignoring to others, forbidding to others, trying to humiliate to others, this is a kind of a bad quality had started to develop into the mind of Kondu. That is why what we can understand through these lines here, children. Kondu brought his stick down with crashing force, but Busugi skillfully captured Kondu's stick between the balls. Kondu Izamu pulled with all his might, but the stick was firmly trapped. In this way, Kondu also struck with full of might and power to Busugi, to hit him, to beat him, to struck him. But what did it happen? The stick, it went and was stuck into the balls, in between the balls which the monk was holding. And then Kondu Zamu pulled with all his power and energy to pull his stick back, but the stick was badly trapped between the balls which the monk was holding. Then Busugi suddenly released the stick, shouting, "Ah!" This way, when it was not done, Kondu was not able to remove his stick back. Then what he had to do? He had to lift the stick, and he was pushed back with a scream. Right? Kondu Izamu fell backwards and lost his grip on his stick. In this way, Kondu Izamu just lost his grip and he was pulled back, he was pushed back, and then it flew through the air and fell somewhere behind him. In this way, the stick was also lost from his grip and the stick fell down somewhere far away behind him, and he was also drawn back. This is what it happened when the contest between the monk and Kondu was happened. It flew through the air and fell somewhere behind him. Kondu Izamu looked at Busugi with respect. From that particular time onwards, whatever his feeling, his thought, his beliefs was towards to this monk, simple monk, was now changed. Earlier he was thinking that monk was not that much energetic or powerful or very skillful in this field of fight, but now when this incident it happened at that time, Kundu was able to realize that the monk is also not that much weak or powerless which he was thinking earlier. From that time, now he started, that particular time, he started to think that the monk, he also started to give a full of respect towards to the monk. Your skills are very great and better than mine. What's your name? At that time, Kundu happens to praise and appreciate the skills of the monk and says, your skills are also not lesser than mine. Instead you are better than me. What is your name? I am a wandering monk and my name is Busugi. I am just a wandering monk and my name is Busugi. At that time he reveals his name in front of Kondu. Oh, you are the famous monk with the powerful punch, exclaimed Kondu Izamu in awe. At that time, Kondu Izamu was able to realize what a mistake that he had committed by struggling with this person whose name is Busugi, who was so popular, who was so well known in that entire territory, in that entire locality. By his name only people used to recognize him, that he was no other than the monk with the powerful punch. At that time he was able to realize that this person is not an ordinary person, is very powerful and skillful in the field of martial arts. At that time Kondu was able to understand and realize this, and now he is now completely surrendered in front of him. Busugi was famous not only for his strength and skills, but for his wisdom and humility. These are those two qualities for which Busugi was popular and well known in those regions. He was not only famous for his power and strength and energy which he had, but also equally he was very popular for his skills and wisdom and humility. Many noblemen offered him the best mansions to live in. So many noblemen, great men offered him big buildings, mansions to stay in. He rejected all of them and lived a simple life in a small temple in the woods, but he did not accept it. Instead, he liked to live a very simple life in a small temple which was in the woods, small forest, giving his wise advice generously to everyone who asked, and his service for the other people was great. Always he was ready there for service, to provide whatever it was asked by the other people, his knowledge, his wisdom, whatever it was required by the other people, he was always ready to provide them his service towards to them. And he was always found to be very kind and very supportive to anyone, those who came to ask anything to him in his small cottage where he lived, in that temple where he lived in that small wood. So this is what we come to learn here, children, about the chapter, that how humility is such a quality which can give a very good result if it is taken in a positive sense. How humility can create good good sense and make us very wise, and it can make us very good in the society, to live in a good and a humble way in the society. The quality of humility teaches us to be very friendly, very supportive, to take a good interest about others and provide every possible support, help, who are in need, who are in distress, who are in sorrow. This is what the lesson teaches us, a very good moral, that we should not always feel boast of ourselves. Always we should feel for others to not, we never should feel only for ourselves. We should try to feel for others too, because this world where we are living, it is very filled with very much different type of people, where various people they are living in this world, and they have their own thoughts and beliefs. But being educated, being well educated and with full of manners, we all should need to have our qualities within ourselves, so that we can be friendly with others, supportive to others, helpful to others, and can provide our best knowledge and our help and support to others. This is what the story it teaches us regarding humility and wisdom. So that's what the story has come to its end, children. So now you are going to perform the quick quiz questions here. 3 questions are here. Please perform it as your homework. So we are going to stop here for today. So thank you so much.